Hey guys, so today I'm doing a video on my Tarte Pinup Girl palette. Last year I did a video on the Tarte off the cuff set. I had to think about that for a second. And I figured why not do it this year. They came out with a ton of holiday sets and honestly this was the only one that kind of caught my eye, and considering I have the one from last year, I was like, why not get this year's? It is amazing, it's beautiful, it looks way better than last year's. So it is a $42 US value and the actual retail value of it is $110, and then it's a $50 Canada value and it is a $132 actual retail value for Canada. So it is kind of pricey, but the fact that you get 5 Tarte blushes is, you know, it kind of works it out. Last year's it came with 4 blushes and 1 bronzer, and this year it's all blushes. But I'm going to stop talking and we're just going to get on into the packaging and what's on the inside of this bad boy. So starting off, last year's packaging was a lot different than this year's. I really like how they have like the gold and the blue and the purple going on, and then the packaging for this is just out of this world phenomenal. Sorry, the overlay is coming out, but the packaging for this is just phenomenal. I'm gonna kind of compare it to last year's. So this year's it's like a clutch, and it's just, it has that like clutch kind of closure. It's so nice. It's kind of like a padded type of material, almost like a cloth. It's very thick and big, so a lot of people might not like that, but personally I do. I feel like they really put a lot of thought and, you know, time into making the packaging on this, because last year's it was just basic and plain. It's just like a shimmery palette, and like you can see it is a lot thicker, but I mean, and this one has a clasp closure, which it's like better to travel with than a magnetic closure. Like I said, this one is like padded, so if you were to travel with it and drop it, I feel like you would get a lot of more like security with this one than this one, because this one's not padded. This one is magnetic, it can easily fly open, whereas this one, if you drop it, it's got padding on it, it's got clasp closure, you're good. So last year's, this one came with a cuff. I'm gonna actually see if I have it. I do. This one came with a cuff last year, and that was like the off the cuff palette, and this year, this one is the Pinup Girl, so it comes with 2 really pretty bobby pins, and I personally really like it. I mean, these are actually really, really nice, and I think it just kind of adds a touch to, you know, what you're getting, because you're getting 5 blushes, great packaging, and then you're getting 2 little cute bobby pins, and you know, every girl needs a really nice bobby pin in her life, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the packaging. It's just a really nice gold kind of champagne type of color. They kind of stuck in the same color range as they did last year. Then going into the palette, it's so different from last year's. I'm going to compare both of them, but I want to talk about this one first. The packaging, I don't want to blind you guys with the mirror. It's just such a like hardcore, like it's just really, really nice. Everything is sleek and shiny. It's metal. It's just really, really nice. So I'm going to go through the colors. I have to use the overlay because I don't know the names. So this one right here is Breathless. I'm actually wearing that one today. I don't know if you could really tell on camera, but I'm wearing this shade right here. It's just kind of a dark, kind of tan baby doll pink. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a very unique color, being tan, but being able to be a baby doll pink at the same time. Then you've got Embraced, which is just a really nice kind of mauvey, like shimmery shade. I don't know if that's the only shimmery shade in the palette. The Bashful kind of looks a little shimmery. I'm not too sure, but Embraced has more of like a silver shimmer to it than like a more golden glitter type of shimmer like the one from last year had. Then you have Whimsy, which I think is part of the original collection. That one's not limited edition. You have Bashful, which is just a nice kind of peachy color. And then you have Irreplaceable over here, which is just a really nice kind of matte mauve shade. But yeah, so that is this palette. They are very highly pigmented. As you can see, they last very, very long. They are just gorgeous. I mean, you have so many shades to choose from. You have a range of lighter shades and then darker shades. Another thing I really like is that this palette is a lot warmer than last year's palette. I feel like the bronzer kind of made that palette a little bit warmer, but there were more like brighter shades in there, and some of the shades from each palette are more comparable. I am going to compare them soon. I just want to do swatches. I will also include pictures of swatches at the end as well, so if you guys missed any. So going in order, here I have Breathless, which is just that like baby doll tan pink color. I have Embrace, which is that shimmery mauve shade. I have Whimsy, which is the one that I think is from the original collection. I have Bashful, which is just a really nice kind of peachy coral color. And then I have Irreplaceable, which is just a matte mauve shade. So kind of comparing to last year, I just kind of want to show you guys to give you some type of comparison because I don't know, I feel like they're very similar. They actually really are quite similar, but then they're different. So here is last year's on top compared to this year's on bottom. As you can see, they are quite different. You have a more watermelon shade up here, but then the dazzled shade on top is kind of comparable to that second shade, which is embraced on the bottom. You have this shade right here, which is darling, which is kind of comparable to bashful here on the bottom, and then you have Dollface up here, which is kind of comparable to Whimsy down here on the bottom. So you kind of have a lot of comparable shades, but I kind of in some ways wish they would have kind of branched out on their blush colors, but I guess it's a blush, what really can you do with it? But I don't know, I'm really happy with it this year. I'm going to swatch last year's next to this year's so you guys can kind of see. So there is last year's on top for you guys, and then there is this year's on bottom. So as you can see, they are pretty similar. They're not the same. They are very comparable. I would have to say if you missed out on last year's, I would definitely say to pick up this year's because, I mean, honestly, this was like my first like Tarte blush purchase ever, and I mean, these blushes are super long wearing. They are so smooth and creamy. They have great color payoff. They're natural. I mean, they're just amazing. So if you've never picked up a blush from Tarte, or you've been wanting to try a blush from Tarte, or you're new in makeup and you want to get a really nice blush palette, I would highly recommend this palette. Honestly, I feel like if you are contemplating if you should get it because you have last year's, I would say get it because, I mean, there are different unique shades in this one that are, you know, I mean, they are similar, but a lot of the shades are very different and unique, and, you know, it's limited edition. Once it goes away, you can't get it. And I mean, this packaging is phenomenal. I mean, honestly, from last year, Tarte really stepped their game up. I mean, this is just beautiful, and I really like the, you know, clutch type of thing. I mean, you could just easily throw this in your purse and go. I mean, I don't know who wants to throw a blush palette in their purse, but, you know, for travel and stuff, I mean, the packaging is great. The only thing with my packaging is my little button right here is broken, so when I'm trying to press it down, it just moves back and forth. I don't know if you can see that, but I think that these are worth it. I mean, you get 5 Tarte blushes for $42. Like, $110 value, like, you can't beat that. And like I said, these have great color payoff. They have such a nice like range of colors. You know, if you're darker skin, if you're lighter skin, if you're a makeup artist, if you're just getting into makeup and you want to play with, you know, what colors you like on your cheeks and stuff. So I don't know, I would recommend it. I would recommend both of them. Obviously, you can't get this one anymore, so, you know, if you have this one, I would still recommend this one. If you wanted this one last year and you didn't get to get it, I would say pick this one up, especially since it's limited edition, and I know these sell out really fast. So, yeah, guys, that was kind of my talk through, review, / comparison, whatever you want to call this video. I just wanted to show you guys this palette because I think it's worth it, and I did this video last year, so I was like, why not do one this year? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram if you're not already. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.